And the next will be drag coefficient, which is CD. We can use this table to calculate to solve CD, which is for I girder it is 1.3, and for sound barrier it is 1. For bridge structure it is 1.6. So CD is 1.3, it is for the superstructure, and CD is 1.6, it is for the substructure. Now you can plug this all values, this value, this and this values in the pressure equation, in this equation. Okay, so 2.56 multiplied 10 to the power negative 6 multiplied by velocity is this 100 mile per hour square, and kg, which is this one, 0.71, and g is this 1, and CD drag factor is 1.3 for the superstructure and 1.6 for the substructure. So I have plugged the above value in this pressure equation. 2.6 multiplied 10, 2.56 multiplied 10 to the power negative 6, 100 square, 0.71, 1 is gas factor, and this is drag coefficient, drag coefficient 1.3 for the superstructure. So for the superstructure, the pressure is 0.024 kips per square feet, and this value, only this value is changed for the substructure. These all values will be same as this, so 1.6 is change from the above. So for the substructure it is 0.029 kip per square feet. The CD values is different for the substructure and superstructure, therefore the pressure will be different. So now we calculate wind load on substructure from the superstructure. There is a trick. So wind load which will be applied on the substructure due to this superstructure, one is this, and the other is wind load on the directly applied on the superstructure, directly applied on the substructure, which is this. Okay, so skew coefficient multiplied by wind pressure multiplied by depth of the bridge. What is skew coefficient? We will calculate this skew coefficient. Right now we will focus on only superstructure. We do not focus on substructure, so we will focus on superstructure. What is in superstructure? In superstructure there is a barrier, girder, deck. These all present in the superstructure, and you can add pedestal to the superstructure. We have calculated pressure from this equation. We have calculated pressure for both substructure and superstructure. We will use that pressure to calculate wind load. We will use these pressures to calculate wind load. So wind load can be calculated by the product of the skew coefficient specified in this table, like this is the skew coefficient table, and multiply by the wind pressure, calculating using this equation. Okay, wind pressure we have used in this, like this equation we have used, and depth of the bridge. Okay, there is three things: wind pressure, skew coefficient, wind pressure, and depth of the bridge. Why we multiply this depth of the bridge with wind pressure? Because this is a pressure and we convert it into the whole uniformly distributed load. The depth of the bridge shall be as seen in the elevation perpendicular to the longitudinal axis of the bridge. For example, this is a bridge which is longitudinal this, and this is its pair. So we will use depth as like this. We will see perpendicular to this longitudinal bridge, and we will use the depth of that bridge. Now we will calculate load on superstructure. In this question, the wind strike on the bridge at angle of 30 degree. Okay, so we will use 30 degree in this. The skew angle is 30 degree. Our skew coefficient will be comes from this table, which is our skew angle is 30 degree. Skew angle is in question, skew angle is 30 degree, so that the transverse skew coefficient is 0.867, and for the girder, this is for column. We cannot use this in this because in our situation we use girder. So for 30 degree it is 0.820 for the transverse skew coefficient, and longitudinal skew coefficient is 0.240. So we use this skew coefficient. So transverse skew coefficient is 0.820 and longitudinal skew coefficient is 0.240 from this table. I have shown this. So the lateral wind force is Fy equal to 0.820, which is is transverse skew coefficient multiplied by